Hello and welcome everyone. This is Sarah. Today we will review a blockbuster movie which is newly released in 2022. So fasten your seatbelts, we will take up into Black Crab in a moment.
For the first time in 37 years, the whole archipelago is covered in ice. Welcome to Operation Black Crab.
So Black Crab is a Swedish action thriller movie filmed in Sweden, written by Adam Berg and Pelle Rådström, and starring by Noomi Rapace, Aliette Opheim, and Salim.It. The movie was released on 18 March 2022 in United Arab Emirates, Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Singapore and USA through Netflix with runtime of 1 hour 54 minutes, which will not let you bored. The story of the movie is based on Jerker Wordborg's novel of the same name. The film begins with a flashback scene where Ed is in a car with her daughter Vanga, waiting in a traffic jam. Civilians are attacked by approaching enemies and the couple is forced out of the car. A few years later, Ed, now a soldier, got off the train. A lieutenant leads her to the base through a dangerous neighborhood and encircles her there. Ed is attacked by refugees and manages to fight her way out. Arriving at the base, she is taken for a briefing with Colonel Thunder and meets the other soldiers recruited for the special mission, Karimi, Malik, Grunvik, and Captain Forsberg. The colonel explains that the team must cross an archipelago covered in ice on skis and deliver some cans to a research base, which he says might lead to victory in the war. The team will ski across the ice, as it is too thin for the vehicles.
It's a suicide mission, Colonel.
Ed points out that this sounds like a suicide mission, but she's been given a reason to try it, the chance to be reunited with Vanga, who is found in a refugee camp. The team departs when the base is attacked the next day, and is joined by the lieutenant who left his hand earlier, Nilund. Before they are properly briefed on the mission, Forsberg falls through the thin ice and drowns. Ed jumps behind her, saves the two bundles from the Forsberg backpack, but leaves her body behind. The group takes Ed to a house on the grounds, where they warm her and themselves with fire, and Nilund is chosen to be their new leader, according to the chain of command. This gets some kickback from Ed, as she questions where he took the job, as he was a last-minute replacement for an unnamed missing person. The next morning, Ed heard the fans banging and grabbed Karimi using the radio. The house was bombed by the helicopter while the team was fleeing, leading to the suspicion that Karimi was a traitor. He allegedly was calling his girlfriend, a radio operator at the F-28 base, who was bombed when Karimi was on his way to her. Later, the group found it difficult to ski across thin ice and decided to travel above ground. They find an elderly couple hiding in a house after they refused to leave during the eviction. As they ate, Ed spotted a machine gun mounted under the table and silently pleaded with the man not to attack. However, he fired. The soldiers returned fire, killing Karimi and the couple. The owner of the injured reduces the severity of his injury. As they prepare to leave, a voice claiming to be Karimi's friend enters from the F-28 bus radios and asks to speak to him. They do not answer. While resting on a ship they find frozen in the ice, curiosity eventually overcomes Grunvik and opens the canisters containing vials of the liquid with a biohazard warning, suggesting it might be some kind of biological weapon. This leads to a crisis of conscience among the team. As Malik slowly dies of his wounds, he insists that the virus will not be the end of the war, but the end of everything. Shot in the head, he did not want to continue the journey. After spotting the lights on the ice, which could be hostile forces, Ed is left alone to continue the mission with the flasks. She's come across dangerously thin ice and she's trying to skate, but it's cracking and leaving her stuck. Grunvik and Nilund quickly came to her rescue with a rope before the three tried to cross. Grunwick fires a lone machine gun in a medicine canister on a rocky hill overlooking the ice, before the trio encounters his comrades frozen to death. Grunwick recounts why he was drafted into the army. After being forced by the enemy to dig a mass grave with his childhood friend, he fell into it while his friend was shot and the soldiers didn't realize he was still alive. Forced out from under the corpses, he watched mice eat them and were recruited soon after. The next morning Ed woke up to her daughter's memories and realized that Nilund had escaped with the capsules. She and Grunwick are attacked by a group of enemy soldiers. They kill them all, but Ed kills Grunwick. Ed continues her journey on the ice to catch up with Nilund. When he refuses to stop, they start shooting at each other. Ed shot him with a sniper rifle, wounding him, and recovered the capsules. She leaves Nilund on the ice, but soon experiences Malik and Forsberg's visions before collapsing on the ice when some soldiers arrive on horseback. She wakes up in the infirmary with frostbite on her extremities. She discovers that she has reached her target, the military base. Ed is congratulated, awarded with medals, and promoted to second lieutenant for his success in the operation by base commander, Nord. A wounded Nilund is watching with other soldiers. She asked to see her daughter, but was told this was a trick to increase her willpower to get the parcels to the base. Upon learning of this, Ed attacks the leader but is restrained by Nilund, who catches her crying. Ed makes one last effort to dispose of the weapon with the help of Nilund. They make their way to the laboratory where the virus is trapped. After forcing a scientist to give them the flasks, they escape with it by setting off an evacuation alarm and hiding in dangerous suits while everyone else flees. Ed, after insisting that Nilund find seats on the fleeing helicopters, is found by Nord and reveals that she has secured the flasks with an unmounted grenade. Nord tries to encourage thinking about her daughter. Ed says that's all she ever does, ending her life by coming off the cliff and detonating the grenade. After falling into the sea, Ed meets her dead daughter under the water and they embrace each other. In this point the movie reached to its final stage, ending. I hope you guys enjoy it well. Let me know in comments section what your favorite part in the movie was. For more interesting and blockbuster movies, make sure to subscribe to Super Movies and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching. Peace out.